G'day, good day to you, and how the bloody hell are you? It is Cracker Fruity, and today I'd like to give you my thoughts on Medal of Honor Warfighter. Now, I'd just like to reiterate that it is my thoughts and my opinions. It's not a full review. There are plenty of full reviews out there. This is really just my take on it all. Now, I haven't put any videos up for a while, and the reason is because of this game. This is actually my third attempt at doing a review on the game. Simply because after about 5 hours or so, I was getting pretty annoyed at this game. I wasn't enjoying it at all. I don't often rage at games, but I do admit that I was having a bit of, letting a bit of anger out, let's just say, while I was playing this game. And I initially did a review, and I'm like, fuck you, Medal of Honor, you get a 4 out of 10. But I listened to it again. I decided it probably wasn't fair, and I needed to have another look at the game. So I've put a little bit more time into the game, a few more hours and stuff like that, and I have come around to it. I am enjoying it a lot more. A 4 out of 10 is not a fair assessment of this game. So yeah, I'm just going to go through a couple of things now that I've noticed about the game. Now, I know I mentioned in another video that the menus can be a little bit confusing. Look, they're not that bad, and you will get used to them, but little annoyances, little things they haven't done right is, to start with, I actually thought there was no speak during the game, that you could only speak while you're sitting in the lobby. And that's because in-game, I hit pause, I went to the options, I looked through all the audio options, and there just didn't seem to be anything there that I could change. But as it turned out, that was wrong, and you can actually, on the PlayStation at Select, you push Select, it brings up your battle log, and you're able to change it to TeamSpeak or SquadSpeak, whatever. So that's not that bad, but it just makes you wonder why they wouldn't set that up standard, why the standard chat option would be that you can only speak in the lobby, and then why they would make it so buried to try and get it. Now, there's obviously a lot of bugs and glitches. If anyone's watched any other reviews on the game, you will have heard other people talking about these. They are kind of annoying. Like, one bug that I've noticed often is you'll go to hit reload and nothing will happen. So I'll just sit there pumping reload, and eventually you can actually see the counter down the bottom will go back to full, but no animation plays out. And also when you're playing Point Man, every time I select the high speed rounds or whatever they are, the higher damage rounds, put that mag in, no audio at all for the sound. You can see it happening on the screen, but you just can't hear any audio of that happening. I have been spawned outside the map a couple of times, and it kind of brings me back to a point I made when I was talking about the beta in an earlier video, that they brought the beta out so close to the final release that I failed to see how they'd be able to really fix all the bugs before opening day. Now, obviously, when I first got the game home, there was a day one patch, so it instantly updated it. I thought, yep, that's going to fix a lot of the bugs and glitches. They have actually managed to do it in time from the beta, but I just don't think that's the case. It really doesn't feel like a completely polished game, and it's such a high-budget game that, I'm just so surprised that there are this many bugs and glitches, like spawning out of the map. There's another occasion I spawned in halfway into a wall, like it was a little wall sort of thing that I spawned into, and I couldn't move. I was just stuck there. I couldn't get out. I had to kill myself. In one particular game, I remember I spawned in initially, and as I spawned in, I got shot in the back because the spawns just seemed to be broken still. So I was instantly shot in the back. I respawned out of the map, so that killed me. I spawned again, just a random spawn, again in front of another enemy, and got shot. In the side, I think it was, as soon as I spawned. And then the final time was when I glitched into the wall, spawned into the wall, couldn't move because I decided to spawn on my buddy. So I'd been in the game for all of 30 seconds. I'd already died 4 times. I hadn't even got to see an enemy or try and shoot. And it just annoys me that games like this come down to bad luck. You can start off with 4 deaths without even trying to, regardless of how good or bad you are at the game. Your skill wasn't playing a factor in this, you just died straight up, and that's bad luck, and I don't think a game like this you should be dying flat out due to bad luck, and that's half the reason why I was raging so much. As far as the actual maps themselves go, they kind of seem to be, there's too many paths, too many ways around and stuff like that. The amount of times that you're trying to work together with your squad mate or the whole team, and you get shot in the back or the side and stuff like that, it just seems ridiculously easy to flank. And I know that's the whole purpose, that's what the other team's trying to do. But on Battlefield, to flank a team, you obviously have to work fairly hard to get around there. Even on a game like Call of Duty, and I know a lot of Battlefield fans aren't fans of Call of Duty, but ultimately it's one of the big players in this. It's what Medal of Honor's trying to shoot for, I think, is to fall somewhere in between Battlefield and COD. And even in Call of Duty, you don't so much have all these avenues for players to go around and flank you. It's just ridiculous. I mean, I reckon at least 50% of my deaths are from being shot in the back or the side, and often right after I've spawned. So I think the map design is okay. I don't want to have a huge complaint about the map design. They're alright, but they're just not outstanding. With all of that said, I decided I'd give it another crack. It wasn't fair just to basically rate the game based on a few hours of bad experiences. So I stuck it out, slept on it a couple of times. I came back the next day or the following day. And look, the game does grow on you. Ultimately, I think the basic shooting mechanics are fine. The actual visual appearance of the game is quite good. Obviously, it's coming off the Frostbite 2 engine. So the game looks good. It kind of feels good. And I think with some work, the game could actually be good. But the problem is it's the final release. I don't know how much work they're going to be doing on the game. Sure, they can patch little bits and pieces. They can get rid of the bugs. But ultimately, the game is there. The core mechanics are there, and it is fun. When things are going well, it actually can be fun. And this particular gameplay I'm using at the moment, I used it because it was a mediocre gameplay. I think my KD only ended up being about 1. It wasn't an outstanding one. I had another one recorded with a heap of kills, but, I think I got 4 kills where enemies just spawned pretty well in front of me, and I was able to shoot them in the back. A couple of fortuitous grenade throws where I just, Hail Mary, throw one across the map and get a kill. And I didn't want to put that up because that's the sort of thing that's been annoying me while I've been playing it. So I didn't then want to use that gameplay to show it off to you. So yeah, I've died a few times in this game. My score's not overly fantastic, but ultimately you can have fun with this game. And I know there's going to be a load of people out there who do really like this game. And, hopefully I don't incite rage and anger from you and stuff like that. I actually don't think it's a bad game. And ultimately, despite all of its flaws, you can have a load of fun. Especially, I think, if you're playing with a good team member or squad member or buddy, whatever they want to call it. If you're working with a good one of them, you've got communication, you can figure stuff out, then I think it's good. The gameplay does kind of lend itself to camping. I think it seems like the only way you can be really successful at this game that I've found so far is to kind of get in with your teammates or your squad mate, lock down an area, and I know a lot of people are going to call that camping, but it seems to be about the only way that you can do quite well in the game, that you can be successful. If you try and run around a la Call of Duty, you'll get annihilated, and you just can't sort of push forward like you do as a squad or as a team in Battlefield, because there's just so many avenues that people are able to loop around and shoot you in the back. But it is fun, and if I had to give it a number out of 10, certainly not 4, I think I'd give it about a 7 out of 10 if I had to put a number on it. And that is that, yeah, the game has a lot of fun, and it is a decent shooter. I've played worse shooters before. This certainly isn't the worst one I've ever played. It is fun, but I think when you compare it to something like Battlefield 3, I don't even think it comes close to Battlefield 3. I might be biased, I do love that. And I think when Call of Duty comes out, whatever players have been playing Medal of Honor, I think are either going to drift back to Battlefield once more of their DLCs come out, or they're going to jump on the COD train, or even the Halo train. I just think, unfortunately, when we look back on this game in 12 months' time, people are going to sort of go, yep, I remember I played that for a little bit. But I don't think it has a lot of longevity. If you're thinking about buying the game, look, if you've got the cash to burn, then, yeah, go out, give it a try. Try and have a bit of fun with it, especially if you've got friends playing. If you're not the sort of person that's able to just buy all the games that come out, then, maybe you're better off hanging on to your money and getting... There's so many games coming up soon that I just don't think this one's going to be at the top of your priority list. So, Hopefully I haven't incited too much rage from everybody. That is all I've got to say in this game. As far as if I'm going to be putting more gameplays on my channel or not, look, I might put the odd couple up. As I say, I am still having a little bit of fun with it, despite the glitches and the bugs and whatever else. So you probably can expect a little bit more Medal of Honor. Hopefully you've enjoyed this and I haven't upset too many people. But feel free to leave your comments. I mean, hate comments on me or the game or anything like that doesn't really help anybody. But if you've got anything constructive to add, if you've got an opinion on it, you think it's good or bad or needs work, look, please leave it in the comment section. And I think that's where I'll draw this review to a close. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, feel free to hit subscribe, and if I've earned a like, that's always appreciated. So thanks a lot, guys, and I'll catch you next time.